Why does a Google machine learning engineer quit their job to go work on a startup?
We have a product and it's live, basically a way for people to see.
After hearing everything, here's my biggest concern.
You're an amazing builder and that you would be building without staying.
His response blew me away.
We've been talking for years to runners about everything that we like and don't like about Strava. One of the amazing things is just
Check out the full episode to listen to the number of total signups I had. Here was my response when he told me the number.
so we've had about 1,000 people sign up.
If you're a founder, you can learn how to share your idea well. And if you're a VC, you should consider following this founder. They're not yet raising. Shout out today to our sponsor, Gravity. In my opinion, they have some of the best startup data. If you're a startup selling to startups, or if you're a VC tracking startups, check them out. I'm Adam O'Donnell. This is a founder initiative. Let's go.
My name's Tommy, and I'm working on this project called Get Fast. Just like quick background, I've been working on building machine learning models for the past, I think I counted it was like 8-ish years in industry. And so first job out of school, I was working on the core machine learning team at Expedia. And this team was responsible for all sorts of things like the pricing for packages to the hotel ranking. And I was working on an area called bidding algorithms. And so we were just building these end-to-end systems for controlling Expedia's media spend. And yeah, a lot of that involved building these production machine learning models, and not just that, but also figuring out how to make these things actually useful, in industry, because a lot of times it's not just building a model. And so after that, I went on to Google, and I was doing more marketing related machine learning research. And so I was on this team, and that actually got started to run like mixed marketing mix models, or MMMs as we call them. And while I was there, I also got to work on like a totally new approach that actually addressed a lot of the gaps in MMMs. And yeah, we called that thing NNNs. And also while I was there, I got the chance to do research with Google DeepMind. And so that was where I spent my what we call 20% time, and we were doing research on fundamental self-supervised learning.
That's exciting. What's the problem that you're trying to solve right now?
Like a few years ago, I was running my first marathon in 2021, and I was tracking it with, I was tracking all my training with this Garmin watch. And so you track all your runs, it records like the distance, your heart rate. And I tracked probably, I don't know, maybe 100 or 200 runs at that point. And they had this cool feature. It was a race predictor. And I assumed that this race predictor would give me like an accurate estimate of how fast I'd run this marathon. And lo and behold, I go and run the race, and it was 20 minutes off of my time. And that's kind of a big deal when you're running a marathon, because you can't really use something that's 20 minutes off to help you pace for a race like that. And it turned out, so this wasn't a fluke. So 6 months later, I ran another marathon, and it did the same thing. And I'd sort of realized that, yeah, these tools are not useful, and also that they're not really getting any better. And not only that, I just felt that I could build a better tool. So that's when I first started thinking about this idea of building AI for fitness. And these days, when you hear about AI, you kind of think of general AI, or I think of it as linguistic AI. And these are models like that are driving products like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and they're built on top of text data, and they have a lot of like what we call world level knowledge. So they know a lot about the world based off of text that we have. But there's a whole other field, or there's other areas in machine learning that are a lot more narrow and specific. And these were kind of driving a lot of the excitement of machine learning before these new LLMs sort of sucked all the oxygen out of the room. And I still think that they are really exciting. So we're kind of trying to do machine learning in this narrow area of fitness data.
You done any customer research or any validation?
Right now, we're building for a very narrow sort of subset of the full market size. So we're focused just on marathon runners. For marathon runners, there's about 2-ish million of them globally. So there's a pretty sizable market size to get started with fitness modeling. And these are people that tend to take running pretty seriously. I think if you know anything about runners, they sort of love talking about running, love telling people about their training. So we think that's a good area to get started in. But more generally, we do think these models will get applied across the fitness space, and maybe even across the health space in the future.
So the bigger vision is predictive models based on the data that we're all recording. And do you have any vision on like the way that you would charge for it?
So we have a subscription model right now, and it's based on a freemium model. So most of our features are free, trying to get users get some traction. It's really helpful just to get users to try something, let us know what they like, what we really need to build. Surprisingly, even though we don't even have like a product yet, we have had a few people decide to pay for it, which really blows my mind because I I wouldn't even pay for it yet, but people are just really curious and they want to try things. So I think that just speaks to the general curiosity of people in this space.
Wait, so you've already gotten money for this?
So we have a product. It's a marathon predictor and it's live. And we have basically a way for people to see how their predictions have changed over time. That is the only offering that we're offering right now for like the subscribers. And yeah, a few people have decided to pay for that and see what's going on.
That is awesome. Well, I love how, because you've only been doing this for a little bit, like since you left Google.
Yeah, which was really, we're basically building the airplane as we're flying it. But yeah, it's been going on since late April.
What does the future look like in 5 years?
We will have wearables that most people will opt into wearing that aren't just athletes, and they are going to be feeling a lot better by just making actions based on the insights from these wearables. I'd say we're a
Yeah,
pretty long way from that right now. It's people who care a lot to analyze the data themselves.
yeah.
But I think a lot of this will just happen quietly in the background in 5 years. And yeah, I think it'll be really easy to use.
If we wanted to follow you, what's the best way to do that?
Probably the best way is to just go to getfast.ai and sign up for an account. We do give updates. We're planning on once a month, and they seem like they're going to happen in the middle of the month. So that's probably the easiest way. I think, Adam, I've got to pick your brain on the best way to actually keep investors in the loop or potential future investors about like, an advisor newsletter or something. But
I
we'll also have a
love that.
blog that we're announcing pretty soon. And so that's another way for people who want to see more on the technical side, what the updates are.
Now for the best part, I give my unfiltered feedback and you get to see Tommy's full response.
You do this, are you the right person to be working on this? Like, no doubt, like you have incredible authority experience. My biggest question is a little bit just like okay, like I heard some people have purchased this, but like how many customers have you actually talked to? How much customer research are you doing? And like my fear would be that you're an amazing builder and that you would be building without staying close to the customer. So is there anything you can share to that?
So we've had about 1,000 people sign up, and so both me and my co-founder, we're avid runners, and we talk to runners all the time. And we've been talking for years to runners about everything that we like and don't like about Strava. And one of the amazing things is just hearing and sort of noticing all the issues that have just persisted over the years. So there's just a bunch of small things that, Garmin, or Strava or both of them just haven't really decided to solve. And these are things like the marathon predictor, or even making it easy to edit your shoes on the Strava app to do shoe tracking. And so we have a long list of items of things that we plan on trying as we sort of finalize the product. But yeah, because we're still actually one of the reasons that we're even in stealth mode right now, or we're quietly building it, is because we're not too sure on the final form of the product. But we do talk to customers quite a bit, and it's definitely a goal where every week we're reviewing not only what our customers of our app are saying, but there's a great board on Reddit. There's an r/Strava page where users just love to go online and complain and ask for user features. So those are the customer is definitely top of mind.
Thanks for watching. Give feedback, reach out. Boom.